Hi, I'm Heather from Knitpal. Welcome back to week 2 of our Tunisian sweater crochet along that's happening in our Facebook group. So I'll have the Facebook group linked below. I'll have the video tutorial for the sweater we're making listed below. And you're welcome to join in at any time. And it's totally okay if you're not working at the same pace as me. I'm just going to go through the pattern, and then I'm not going to do the whole pattern as a tutorial because it's not my pattern, so I can't do that. But we could talk about the stitches. I can tell you about what measurements I'm using and talk about, you know, what it's like to make this sweater. So last week I showed you what I was using to make it. I'm making it with Knitpal's Ombre Encore, and this is called White Lavender, this color. It is gorgeous. It's a dream. It works up like a dream. This is really easy to work with. You can see here the construction of it. It just feels amazing to work with. It's soft, but it's also doesn't split. And then we talked about, you know, the knit stitch, the Tunisian knit stitch that the pattern is using throughout the whole thing. So we talked about that last week. If you want to, you can refer back to last week if you want a little look at how to do that stitch. Although the creator of this sweater, in her tutorial, she did a fantastic job showing you how to do that stitch as well. So I have the first part done up to where it splits. She says that once you have it the length that you want, basically from the armpits down, mine is about 18 inches. It's slightly less than 18 inches. And I do find that mine is rolling. I didn't look on the tutorial, so I'm not sure if she does an edging or not, but I am tempted at the end, even if she doesn't do some sort of ribbing or edging at the bottom, I'm tempted to do that myself because this is curling so much. And I don't think I want to wear a sweater that's curling that much. So the split part of the directions, what she says to do is find the middle and then put a stitch marker in the middle. And then we're going to, she shows you how to do it in the pattern. We're going to do one side at a time, decreasing to get that V. And then we do the same thing on this side, and she shows you how to do it on both sides. So then we would pick up here and then go across and back with decreasing. We decrease in the middle only, not on this end, but in the middle parts only. And then that gives us the V look. And then if you're feeling ambitious, I think that's all I'm going to try to do for this week. But if you're feeling ambitious, she shows you how to continue once you get to the top here. Once you have it the length that you want from here down with the V neck. I noticed that I'm not focusing here. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just my glasses. Then she shows you, she goes continuously. She doesn't do a separate back panel. I thought it was a back panel that you sewed on, but she starts from here, and then you have the two sides and you go across. And then when you get to this part, you add more chains, and then you have it, measure it so that it's the same number of chains that you have all the way across here. And then you just work into the chains, and then you have, you know, you have the back panel there, the same size as the front panel. And then you work down until the back panel is the same length as the front panel. And I haven't gone on from there, so I don't know. I'm sure she has how to sew the sides and also how to make the sleeves after that. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see where that is and how that goes. And I hope that you're enjoying this crochet along. I'm having a lot of fun. This is the first time I've ever Tunisian crocheted a sweater. I've done sweaters before in regular crochet and in knitting, but this is my first time to do it in Tunisian crochet. And I'm finding it so fun and so relaxing to sit there and do the knit stitch and keep that going. What about you? Are you enjoying making a sweater in Tunisian crochet? Have you done it before? Let me know. I'm curious to hear all your stories. So have a great week, and then next week we'll come back and we'll talk about the next part that I'm working on. Again, you don't have to work at my pace. This is just the pace that I'm choosing to work at. Bye.